What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with, what game is this? This is Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Oh my god, it is.
You remember all that excitement?
Oh shit, it's almost 7 o'clock.
Anyway, Powerman was kind enough to collect your cargo from us. It's been placed in your private locker aboard the DHV Magellan.
You know, Dollman, lead with that instead of saying I left cargo back at the thing.
Sam, we've received an urgent request from the Northern Environmental Observatory. Brigands to the west of the facility have got their hands on a large stockpile of weapons and have taken it back to their base. This happened shortly after the recent Tarfall abated. The surrounding area was littered with a massive quantity of cargo that had been washed up by the tar. The brigands wasted no time gathering up everything they could and hauling it back to their encampment. This included weapons and gear unlike any we've seen before. And now we've begun observing new brigand units in the field. These ones are wearing red, reinforced armor, accented with luminescent light strips. As their unique appearance suggests, they're more resistant to damage. Melee and electrical attacks are especially ineffective against them. These units have clearly been outfitted for close quarters combat, and their sudden deployment is troubling to say the least. Their presence likely indicates that the brigands are gearing up for a raid of some sort. If we ignore this development, the brigands could use their new toys to attack the observatory. And there's no telling what might happen then. So we need to seize all of them before they have a chance to do so. Moreover, the latest data from the observatory strongly suggests an explosion of some sort occurred just beneath the Earth's surface not long ago. APAS analyzed the shockwave and has concluded that it is consistent with the type produced by ground-penetrating ordnance. This leads us to believe that the cargo the brigands secured may have included powerful explosive material. Directly assaulting the brigands using firearms risks triggering these devices, and we cannot predict how that would affect the region. Any sort of catastrophic explosion may also have an adverse impact on the tar currents. It is therefore critical that you avoid combat and secure the cargo without alerting them if possible. I implore you to take on this main order, Sam, and soon.
Okay, sometimes I feel that they get a little too wordy with these mission briefs. It's like, okay, come on, just go in, take out the guys, get the stuff, and come back. Pretty easy. What was I talking about a second ago? Oh, right, how Dahlman was, didn't lead with the fact that, hey, you grabbed all my equipment. Thank you for telling me you grabbed my equipment. You know, tell me it's in my locker instead of I start walking out to the, I'm gonna start walking out to, that weird gate thing. So, this is probably my favorite bandit camp in this entire game, or at least that I've seen. Well, no, this one and another one. I think they actually. Sorry, I'm sitting here going back and forth on which one I like better. Yeah, I think it's this one, and there's another one that comes up later. Are my two favorites. I guess it kind of goes back and forth. Yeah, I cut out me going here to check out equipment and everything, and then I realized, oh, I forgot to fabricate myself a PCC. Pretty much the first time you go after one of these camps or whatever. In my opinion, always bring a PCC with you. Pop up a watchtower. I kind of wish that they would let you remote activate the watchtowers. Because supposedly you can do that. You can remote connect onto a watchtower, but you almost have to be like right next to it. So it's one of those, why is it even remote? You know, and the reason I say that is just so I can approach it from the... I can approach a location from the other side and just use the tower. Oh, that's right. Earlier, I was also talking about that it's so late in the afternoon. Yeah, that's my fault. I think I slept all day. Holy hell! I could not get to sleep last night, and then I was unconscious all day. Oh, it feels good though. I think I needed to sleep. I've not been sleeping well last like week. Although I guess it's nothing shocking with me. I sleep like shit normally, so. Yeah, so the biggest problem with this area is the group driving around in the truck. Other than that, this is really a pretty simple group to take down. But it's like I said, the reason this one is my favorite is just because of the that building right there on the left. It provides just such an interesting kind of stealth area. It's just something that I don't think you get a lot in this game with the it's just something I don't think you get a lot in this game with the kind of like the verticality.
Trouble nearby.
Yes, Rose, you are very cute. I see you. This cat, man, I'm gonna have to. We have to do something about her codependence. I was getting ready to record, and then she has to come up and she's like, "No, I want to sit on the laptop." Well, Rose, we can't have you sitting on the laptop. I'm trying to work. Nah, I want to sit here. Okay, then. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about her because she's such a little sweetheart. She's a good little kitty, but oh my gosh, she frustrates the shit out of me sometimes. Mostly because she's so codependent that she comes up to me and she starts trying to climb on me while I'm playing video games. Me and my brother-in-law, we were playing Pokemon. TCG, not the video game. We're just playing the TCG. Just, you know, we were playing a couple games, just goofing around. He's into that. I like the game. It's fine. It's just not my favorite. Personally, I'm more into I'm personally more into Yu-Gi-Oh myself. But so we're sitting and playing a game. And then she decides, nope, I have to be a part of this, and hops up and literally sits in the middle of the table while we're playing. And we're just looking at her going, aw, you sweet little girl. Yeah, come fight me. Yu-Gi-Oh is my favorite TCG. Anybody out there who's a Magic the Gathering person, nothing against it. It's just I don't like playing Standard. I don't like... About the only Magic the Gathering that I think I truly enjoy is Commander. And I rarely play it. I think the One Piece TCG is kind of cool. I haven't played it in a while, but I like the One Piece TCG just because I love... I think that one's just mostly because I love One Piece so much. The Gundam TCG is kind of interesting. I think the game just has too small a card pool. But all in all, interesting game. I was really getting into Lorcana for a little bit, and I think if there's a game that I like right, second most next to Yu-Gi-Oh, it's got to be Lorcana. Art is super cool in that game. I really love the Disney art. Plus, I can play decks filled with cards from the best Disney movie ever, being oh shit, brain, come on, being Treasure Planet. So it's just a really interesting game, and I kind of fell in love with it. Though I would love to see cards on, like some of their other like TV shows, like do stuff with. I'd love to see them do Mighty Ducks cards. That would be pretty cool. I'd also love to see them pull out some stuff for the original characters out of, like do a whole set based around Kingdom Hearts. I think that would be really cool too. Because while I was looking into could they do it, so many people were like, oh, well, the problem is, you couldn't include any of the Final Fantasy characters, but like Disney owns the likeness to Sora and all the other, which you'd think Square Enix would have control over the original characters that were added, Kairi, Riku, Sora, Organization 13, all 90,000 Xehanorts. No, Disney owns their likeness. I did not know that. You'd figure it would be Square. But yeah, pretty much Disney owns the likeness of everything in Kingdom Hearts that is not a Final Fantasy character. Which, to be totally honest, I think the Final Fantasy characters are the most boring parts of Kingdom Hearts. And like, I don't want to talk shit about Cloud and Sephiroth because they were interesting in the first two games. Auron was really cool. So, like I'm not saying like they're bad. I'm just saying I think the most interesting bits of Kingdom Hearts are the other or like the original characters and the Disney characters. Well, frankly, the Disney characters aren't super interesting outside of Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. What was I talking about? I don't know where I got on this tangent because of trading card games. Now all I'm doing is sitting here thinking, God, I want a new Kingdom Hearts game. Kingdom Hearts 4, get here soon. But I'm thinking about what all worlds are going to be in the new Kingdom Hearts, and then it's going to be... it's going to be the new Disney worlds that I'm not going to like, I mean, I've heard good things about Princess and the Frog, but I just don't give a shit. Because I think, like, as far as, like, the new Disney canon, I can tolerate Frozen... and I really liked Tangled when they introduced that one in 3. But, they're going to bring in, like, Encanto and all these other ones. I'm like, I don't care. Like I said when I was setting up that tower, this is going to be the biggest problem with this area, is going to be that truck. Just trying to sneak around that truck is going to spot me really easily. Not a bad weapon, a Trank grenade launcher. Generally, the way I like to take out, trucks like that is stun bombs. I just didn't have any on me. I don't think I've unlocked those yet. Little bastard. There we go. Sitting here debating on what gun to use. Go down. You know, I've got a big stick. You know, I've got one of those. I can't think of what to call it. Holy crap! There we go. I was like, use it. Come on, me. It's actually a pretty good weapon. I just need to get to practice with it. So I really just don't use it that much. I could have sworn the blood boomerang could be used as... Like, I could have sworn the blood boomerang could have been used as a melee weapon. Yeah, ignore that cut. I was just collecting everything around there. I was collecting all the materials and all that. I was panicking. I just turned back to my screen. I'm like, please tell me I'm recording. After that, after Saturday, when I sat and I did a whole video, and then I turned and looked and went, son of a bitch, I wasn't recording any of that. I'm just so paranoid that I'm gonna do it again.
Did you really go out and steal all that stuff from the brigands? Way to go, Sam. Let me get started on processing your haul. I can't find a single scratch on any of this stuff. You truly are one of a kind. You have accomplished so much, done things only you could have done. We want you to have this data as thanks. We've increased your allocation of materials. Our way of saying thanks.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The guidepost data we just shared with you is great for making landmarks to prevent people from getting lost, even at night. And when you do place them, you'll find they're useful not only for getting your bearings, but also for creating routes that will facilitate travel for everyone. Aside from that, you've also made it so you can now use your PCC to fabricate bridges up to 80 meters in length.
I haven't really used the guideposts, so I'm not really sure how to get the most out of those.
Especially handy. Oh, and Sam, there's actually one other thing I wanted to talk about. Call it a little insight into the cargo you recovered on our behalf. It included a device I believe you guys have taken to calling a chiral jammer. These jammers are capable of disrupting the flow of local tar currents. In addition, you also recovered some explosives modded to be able to penetrate the ground and detonate within the tar. This would destabilize the currents over a large area. Needless to say, both these items could have been used to deliver an enormous blow to the chiral network. In other words, we've really dodged a bullet. But what I'd like to know is why this tech wound up in their hands in the first place. Can't chalk it up to pure chance. Honestly, it's almost like those brigands knew in advance that the tar was hiding cargo. We've got to consider the possibility that someone gave them a heads up. Food for thought on the road ahead.
Excellent work, Sam. You'll be happy to hear that tomorrow's regained consciousness. Once you're back on board the DHV Magellan, you should see for yourself.
Order completed. Well done.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, just dropping off all the shit that we picked up. Yeah, I find it obnoxious that you can't drop off animals. That if you put them in, you can put them in your truck, but you can't put them into storage in a private locker. Yeah, she does not like shoes. No! Don't throw the plushie!
Someone doesn't like shoes?
Yeah, I'm not a super big fan myself.
She won't even touch any normal food. But at least we managed to convince her to take a shower.
Don't throw the crap. Oh my god, look at that thing.
No,
I
no,
want
tomorrow.
that plushie.
We don't do that.
Look at that thing. He's so cute. I want one.
Seems like a real handful.
She just needs some time to settle.
Kojima, sell those as merch.
You
I
must
would
be
buy
tired,
the
Sam.
shit out of those.
Get some rest.
They just have such a cute little face. Yeah, that's right. I like plushies. Fight me.
Sam, it's Charlie. Be advised that we have a new assignment waiting for you. I'll need to brief you on upcoming objectives as well. Access the delivery terminal at the Northern Environmental Observatory to take on this main order. Sam, by linking up the various sites farther to the north, you'll eventually be able to establish a connection to Hartman's facility. In short, it's time to tackle the northern part of the continent. Start by bringing the F2 South Distribution Center into the network. Some of the staff there are former residents of Cape Fort Knot who managed to escape the city before it was swallowed up by the tar. In addition to overseeing distribution operations, they also protect the facility from would-be assailants. Unfortunately, local chiral contamination levels are extremely high, leading to disturbing reports of paranormal phenomena near the facility. The cargo you're tasked with delivering should aid staff in dealing with this issue. Accept the main order from this delivery terminal to proceed.
Is it weird to anyone else that they say it's time to tackle the northern part of the continent and then mention the F2 South distribution center? Like, is that weird to anyone else? Wondering what the hell I'm doing there. That was an aid request. He's like, ooh, put up a watchtower. Well, I already had a watchtower up near there, but it wasn't exactly where they wanted it. There we go. So yeah, I'm just disassembling and assembling.
Nice.
Aw, look at the little animal sitting under the thing. Isn't that cute? Yeah, we got I had a whole bunch of... excuse me. I had a whole bunch of cargo that I wanted to deliver before we got on to the next main mission. Like, the next one's pretty simple. It's just, it's going in the direction of that gate thing that we went through when we ended up in Nirvana. Or as we're calling it, Nirvana. We head back that direction. And it's like right across this like plain or field or whatever, but there's a whole bunch of BTs and stuff, so it's kind of cool. It's just, you know, it's a pretty short delivery. I just wanted to get all this other stuff that I've been lugging around with me turned in.
This is a special accessory in the shape of an electrobiode. You'll find it increases your battery capacity a little bit when clipped to your backpack. A teensy little bit, that is. I tell you how it works, but I honestly don't know. Still, sometimes a small boost can make a big difference. We'll keep looking for other ways to help you out.
Order completed. Well done.
Well, we meet again. Just bring... You are right on time. Talk about one crazy surprise. I've given up on this one.
And a lot of fan letters.
Sam, you really are incredible. But you need a gift, not praise.
Alright guys, we're gonna let Gen talk here, but I'm gonna do my little outro. So thanks for watching. Backup channel in the description, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy his wonderful voice, and thank you so much for watching. But until next time, guys, there we go. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Alright, Sam. I've got a lighter version of that shotgun I shared with you before. That's just my way of showing support. My friend assisted with the design.
Once again, the power of connectivity has produced the goods. By the way, I've got another song for you. I know this one will speak to your soul. Have a listen when you can. And, this is near and dear to my heart, but just take it. It's a licky stick. Come back soon. I'll be waiting.
Order completed. Well done.